Welcome to this podcast, Holistic Creators, where we share our unique and universal stories about shaping the future for the 4 Ps: people, planet, purpose, and profit. My name is Swanette Kuntze. I'm a mental coach and your host of this show. My intention for this show is to inspire you on your path to a holistic future. So welcome. Hello and welcome to my podcast, Holistic Creators. My name is Swanette and I'm your host. Today my guest is Louis Barr, the Wow Man, a 7-time world champion in ballroom dancing who apply his knowledge to help people be on stage and become a public speaking choreographer. So welcome to my show.
Well, thank you very much, Swanette. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Yeah, and we already see this amazing background. I know that you are in Las Vegas, and everybody has this idea of gambling in the casinos and these amazing shows. Like in my time, I can remember that we had like this amazing shows with the white tigers. And so you are located there. And I think what you're doing is a perfect connection to presenting on stage and being a choreographer for other dancer and for people who want to speak on stage. So let me know a little bit about your background, how you became who you are now. So please share this.
Well, I'm initially a dancer. I was a dancer. I'm still a dancer actually, because I'm still coaching and people are coming to get some coaching with me from all over the world. And I teach ballroom dancing and I also coach ice skating. I do choreography for the Olympic ice skaters, in Detroit. And so I skated for a long time in my life. And when I moved to the United States in 1991, I decided to also put ballroom dancing as some of my skills. And I opened my school in Kansas, all over the place, not in Vegas, but in Kansas, that I had for 20 years. And I moved in Vegas. Well, it was more appropriate to all the different things that I can do, help some shows in choreography, and help a lot of people who wanted to be performing in Vegas, so I help them a lot as well. So I became 7-time world champion in ballroom dancing. And 2014, 15, and 16, I became the best dance coach, awarded best dance coach in America. So which is important because, you have a lot of people, they can do a sport or they can do something, but when it's time to teach it, they cannot do it very well, and vice versa, And I was fortunate enough to be able to do both, and probably because I don't feel that I'm teaching, I love just share my passion, and which is very something that I really have. And I love to help kids as well a lot, and to have a better life. So. And the pandemic made me realize that there are other things that needs to be done. And a lot of people wanted to do public speaking. They wanted to be on stage. They wanted to talk. They wanted to. And I realized that when I was seeing what those people were doing on stage, it was dramatic. It was not very, very good. So I said, well, there is something to do right there, because a lot of people need to understand more how to present themselves, how to talk, as a choreographer and non-choreographer, I realized that I had to explain to people how to be on stage, how to present themselves, and how to deliver the message, because a lot of times the message is good, but it's just the way they deliver the message is not very good. And so one of the major things is also a lot of people, even the very good speaker, they don't do any different entrance. They go and they enter on the stage and hi, how you doing, everybody? Well, I think it's important the entrance needs to be shocked every time, because by shocking, that the people who speak before you, sometimes they make the people fall asleep. But well, here you can just wake them up right away. And that makes a huge difference. And so I teach people how to go on stage, to present themselves, to create some surprise, to have some poses when it's time to say something very important. And also, to interact with the audience. If you have a PowerPoint, to present a PowerPoint much, much, much better than when I see, with I have 6-10 words maximum, and I also show them how to exit in order to be sure that the people remember it. So I help people to feel better also in networking, so to get more connection. See, in business, the most important part is to be sure that more people you connected with, more business you can do. And if the people already are interested to connected with you because the way you present yourself, because the way you talk, because the way you business is going to be much faster and much easier.
Yeah, and as said in the introduction, you're the wow man, which means finding what is the wow factor that really makes people remember, like the audience remember you. Like I see, and especially coming from a scientific background, we called it death by PowerPoint. Like you have like a lot of PowerPoint slides with little fonts, like you can't even read it, and the presenter is just reading what is written there, and there is definitely no wow factor, but there's something like, okay, let me calm down and let me fall asleep factor in this. So what is this special wow factor that is necessary so that people really can remember what you presented on stage?
Well, the wow factor is something that we all have. You know, we all have a different way to talk about something, and with such a passion, with such a way that we can talk about that for hours during the day and feel like we didn't do anything. You know, it can be anything. And that's very important to understand that, because when I'm teaching people, I'm coaching people, I'm not coaching them to look like me. When I do a choreography for dancers, I don't say you're going to look like Louis Barr. I say you're going to look like yourself. But we're going to add some movement you never did before, but it's going to appropriate to what you like to do, what you have, the way you look and everything. It's the same thing when I put people on stage. It's the way they're going to look. They're going to enter with matching the message they're going to have. And when they're going to be on stage, they're going to look like themselves. But they're going to have such a presentation associated to what they look like and who they are. Then, you know, I mean, I'm a suit guy. I have my own line of suit. I like to dress up, you know, but I understand that the cowboy doesn't want to dress up, you know, as like I am dressed up. And this guy has probably so many amazing things to offer. So he's going to enter on stage and dress up as a cowboy and just present his thing. So the way I'm going to present it, I say, okay, so you dress up as a cowboy, and I choreograph something, the way he's going to enter on stage. Like from there, you know, I'll make him play with his hat or whatever, but I'm going to create a wow factor. And what it is, you know, what is so amazing about the wow factor is this. The word wow, it's a positive action. It's when the people say, wow, it's positive. If it's negative, they're going to say, what the F? I'm not going to say the word, but that's what they will say. You know, because then unfortunately they are surprised in a negative way, but in some positive way, they're going to say, wow. And you have some YouTuber, that's what they put. Try to not say wow, you know, because they send all kind of video that they find everywhere, you know, and they make some followers this way. Well, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to say wow. I wanted to create, and you know, actually I had the privilege to be on the cover of this magazine, My Vegas, thank you very much, which is, you know, it's a big deal. I mean, we're talking about Vegas here. We're not talking about, you know, at Kansas City, what I used to be. No, we're talking about an entertainment city, and I'm in the cover of a magazine of an entertainment cities because as the woman creating the wow factor, I can help the people to have a better presentation for a show, a presentation for a dancing show or for a speaking show or for anything that has to do with them. So, the presentation, you know, the people, now the men don't wear a tie anymore. They're just an open shirt. And I explained to them and I said, why are you wearing an open shirt? Well, everybody does that. I say, exactly. That's exactly my point. If everybody does it, you be sure you don't do it. So like that you demark yourself, you're different. And every time I get the same thing from the people when they see me, they say, oh man, you dress up nice. Of course, because I don't have an open shirt, because I try to finish the whole thing. An open shirt, I say that it's a little bit funny, but I also say it's like wearing your pants and not zipping your pants. This is the same thing, you know. Yeah, an open shirt it's supposed to be closed unless you wear a mandarin collar, And on that case, you can keep it maybe a little bit. Oh, you have a special shirt just for this, but there's a collar, there's a button which is supposed to be closed, you know. And ladies, the same thing. You know, there are so many amazing pictures now. You touch how to look good for networking. You put that on Google, and you will get some amazing possibility ladies who see, oh, I will never wear a dress like this. Well, that will help you to look better, to present better. And when you go networking, people are going to pay attention to you. See? So it is very, 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 very important to know that the networking is a part of public speaking, is a part of presentation, that who you are. You know, I'm very blessed because as a dancer, I also have a posture which is very, very straight. I'm a very short guy, you know, I'm 5'7". So when I enter somewhere, I'm not going to see me because I'm a basketball player, you know, and I'm going to see me because the way I dress up, the way I hold myself, the way, you know, I look confident, not arrogant, but confident.
Yeah, and what you said, it needs to be authentic. No, if it is
Yes.
like going with the last trend, like, okay, at this moment, everybody wears kind of, you know, whatever dresses, and you feel totally uncomfortable in that because it doesn't fit your figure, or it is not what you really like and how you can express yourself, then
Yes,
that's not the wow factor. And I can remember the time when I was still back in Germany. I worked with horses in leadership trainings. So this means when I was on stage, I always had this kind of cowboy dress, like the boots, the jeans, and like a hat. And so even in networking, people would remember because everybody was like in the suit and the ties, and I was like, oh, the cowgirl. So yeah. And of course, this was not like the clothes I would wear in the stable, but it was like my outfit for going on stage and presenting. So I think that it is super important to understand, yeah, who you are, what I also, you know, what is feeling good for you, what is authentic for you to present in. And from there, you can create and you can vary and figure out, okay, what is it that even supports like my dress, like the way I behave on stage. And I can see that you said you are not having this posture because you're dancing and, you know, you're straight up and you know how to move on and how to walk, you know, you don't move like this.
That's right. That's right.
I think this is also very important. Can you imagine like how people will react when you come in a different posture on the stage?
To help them?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I have so many different things. There are, first of all, some different way to have the people put them against the wall and make them understand that the head needs to be in line with the back. So I fix them by putting the hand this way, bring the elbow up and the shoulder down. So when it's done right there, I say, don't think about your head. I'm going to put your head against the wall without even touching your head. And every time it works. And they're surprised, you know. A lot of people, you know, today, because they're on the computer, because they do things like this, you know, they are like this. And that's very dramatic. So, I mean, I've spent a lot of time on the computer because I do a lot of things for people right now. And I still stand up straight because I know that at the end of the day, I can pay for it. And I also stretch, you know. It is so important the way you sit down in the car. The way you sit down in a car. Everybody who goes after me when I drive a car, they say, oh my God, you're so short. Your legs are saying, no, I'm not so short. It's because my tailbone is against the seat, the back seat. It's not in the middle of the seat, you know, and my legs and I lay down just like this. No, it's because I'm very straight when I drive. So that gives me the chance to always walk in my posture. You know, I mean, I saw people was arrive at 60 years old and they're already handshake forward. And I see people at 80 years old and they look amazing. And I said, how can you look so good at 80 years old? And I said, well, you know, I'm a dancer, or I'll be careful. But dancers is a very big reference because we work so much on the posture. Then this is something we always work with and we're always trying to keep going, you know. And you breathe better, you feel better, you present yourself better, you know, and So it is very important. And so I have so many different things for people to do that. And even sometimes I even make them buy something on different stores where they will adjust the posture. And rather than be just like this, you know, they will adjust the posture to be sure that they wear that. So now they feel more how they're supposed to be when they're straight. You know, there are so many different ways, and I would do anything for the people who wants to have a better posture to help them with this.
Yeah, I can imagine that, especially as you said, now people are now sitting in front of the computer and always looking down and like, you know, it's not that we are straight anymore and present like we would normally do on stage. Do you think that this is a difference, like presenting on stage and presenting like we are now speaking in front of a camera, like via digital Zoom?
I think that's actually one of the biggest problems. A lot of people don't realize that they are preparing yourself to be on stage. It's more scary. It's more, they're going to make the effort to dress. They're not going to be on the side of the bed, you know, when they just wake up, you know, and you see the bed is not done and everything, and the room is a mess, you know, and everything. No, they're not going to work on all this. When they go on stage, they have a background. Everything is organized for them. They're on stage. The only thing they have to do is to be on stage and present themselves. So they prepare themselves a little bit better. But when the people are at home, a lot of time, you know, the bottom of the outfit doesn't match the top because they don't need to. They don't work on a backdrop. They don't work, you know, I mean, I try to be sure because I do so many things that even what I have something to my side right there, it's still clean, you know, it's not all kind of different things everywhere, you know. So a lot of people don't understand that you need to present yourself. You know, we all know the expression, we don't judge a book by its cover, right? This is probably one of the most ridiculous expression we exist because it's exactly what the people do. And that's what the cover for a book is made for. So of course the people are going to do that. We understand the concept behind. It's not because the guy dressed up nice that he's not a crook, or it's not because he dressed badly. He's not somebody who is smart and wealthy and everything. But the thing is this, every day, today, people judge people. They're going to make an opinion of themselves about you, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you do things, you know. And there is I had a very, very interesting compliment from Saturday. I went to dance in a salsa club. Never been to that club before, and this guy just told me he's my age actually, and he told me, and he said, wow, when I saw you coming in this place, and I said, yeah, where's this guy? You know, and so we talk, and this guy's a performer as well. You know, he performed for 25 years in big shows in Vegas, you know, and everything. And trust me, I was dressed up with a black jean, a sweet T-shirt. You know, I came over there to dance, not to impress anybody. I was with my daughter also. That was the date with my daughter. So we were just going to have fun and dance salsa together. And this guy approached me and he said, who are you? And I explained to him what he said. And he said, wow, this is so interesting. When you come in this place, you have a presence and you have a way to present yourself, which is so different than the other people, you know. And we talked after that because we were connected and a little bit more to understand if we can do some stuff together in Vegas. And of course, the performance size, you know, because the guy was dancing well and he was fun, and the guy was 62 as well, and he looked 40, you know. So, and that's the idea, is when you perform, when you know how to present yourself, you know. And it is very important to understand that there's a difference between confident and arrogant. The first thing that I always say, you never fully dressed until you smile. And today, the people are attracted by smiles because there are so many bad things on this planet. You take your phone, it's loaded with negative things. It is dramatic. It is very dramatic. And so when people smile, they're fun all the time. They're just happy. they're contagious, and the people wants to hear from them. So that's always what I do. And I have some testimonial people say, yeah, when you're around Louis, always make you laugh, you know, he's always happy, you know, and that for me, I know I'm doing the right thing when I do that.
I also think that when you're happy and when you're self-confident, then it is in your aura. So your energy field will express it. And even if you don't wear like, no, you're dressed up now, you come with this energy field and people will recognize it. Yeah. It's something that is super attractive and will, draw people to you because of that.
That's right. I so agree with you. Yes. And you're right. You're so right when you say that, the aura, because a lot of people don't understand too much what it means, but there's an aura about you. Like I say, I'm a short guy, so when I'm coming in a room, it's not because I'm the tallest guy that they see me, but if the people pay attention to me, is because the way I hold myself very straight, you know, and very happy, smiling, you know, and so you're right. And I enter, and I'm an aura. I know that when I enter in the room, but an aura of joy, of gratitude, happy to be on this planet, you know, ready to have fun with people.
Yeah, and this also raises the vibration of the room the people are in. So it is like this ripple effect that comes from you because you have this high emotion inside of you, and it's like, you know, the energy is wobbling out to the other people and will attract them, and they feel that, even if they don't believe in this kind of thing.
Yes.
This is woo-woo, perhaps for some people it is, but if you look into quantum physics, it is not. So we only have the concept that we are made of material. So it's energy beings. So
absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, so I would jump a little bit back to a topic that is presenting in general. Like you said, during the time when the pandemic started, a lot of people were locked at home, so they had the kind of duty to come on virtual stages, and some didn't feel comfortable with using technology, or have never done this before, and perhaps even afraid. So how do you support people that are kind of not confident in speaking, not confident in using technology, or not confident on really stepping on a stage? How do you support them in overcoming this kind of fears and doubts?
Well, this is a question where I can answer for hours and hours, because here what happened. Unfortunately, the pandemic brought some good stuff, but also it brought some bad stuff, and it made believe some people that they can become entrepreneur. But the problem is, being an entrepreneur is a culture. It's a mentality. It's not something you can make it happen, but you have to work. You have to want it. You have to accept to take risk. It is you are entrepreneur that comes with risk, that comes with big stress, and that comes big rewards. But a lot of people, you know, when they lost that job, or they didn't, stuff didn't work for a while, and they find that they can sell things on the internet, they can talk on the internet, I can be a guest in a podcast and everything, you know. And you have some guys that I don't understand me, I don't criticize those guys, because they're still helping a lot of people to get out of their shell and find confidence, like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, you know, those people who bring so many people on the market, make them believe that those people can become millionaire speakers. And unfortunately, that's not true. Because people who can become millionaire speakers are people who already have that mentality. They don't need to even get some coaching they get some coaching to organize the speech, but not how to present themselves, you know? Yeah, maybe a little bit to make it better, you know, and that's the reason you become a world champion, because you get coached to help you for this. But a lot of people think they have it, and they don't. They don't have it. And that's the reason that coaching business exploded so much, because a lot of people understand that if they want to be better, they need to be coached. So people do that. Some people think they don't need to be coached because they think they have it. And this is the worst, because a lot of time they're not ready for it. So you have a lot of people who are taking risk without the talent or without the skill. Let's forget talent, because I see people able to develop some skills because they work hard. And I admire people so much like this, you know? So, but those people, they'll go behind a camera, and that's what you see. Say, gee, are you presenting yourself really? I see the restroom, you know, the toilet seat on the back behind you, you know? I mean, what the heck is happening right there? So this is what I do. The first thing is, I ask, if the people wants to have a meeting with me, I have no problem just to do a discovering call, you know, and to see what the people want and what they like, what are their passion and everything. I sent a questionnaire, and that questionnaire helped me to understand really what do people want. It's not about a questionnaire about like you send me with to do public speaking. Or to go on a podcast. No, it's a question about them, where they've been, where they are, where they want to go. And when I understand this, I already have an understanding of what I can do, how I can help them. Beside this, there is a magic word that is very important in business. As a coach, the word coachable. If that person in front of me is not coachable, I am not going to take a risk. I am not. It doesn't matter how much money they will give me. I will not teach those people. I will not coach them. I will not, because they will always find excuses. You get excuses or results, you cannot get both. And they will always find excuses to not do things. And that's why did they come to see me? Because I'm a coach, because I can help them. And if they don't do what I say, so since I know exactly it's going to work, that they're not going to change themselves. I always say that, and I say, understand this. What you know brought you where you are today. Are you happy where you are today? If they say me, and they say yes, and I say, all right, well, you don't need me. So if you're happy, well, no, I really want to learn more things and everything. Okay, well, let me see if I'm the right person for you. Because I don't pretend that I'm the right person for everybody. You know, I have a very high level of energy. I push myself all the time. I'm harder on myself than I am with anybody else. But I like to help people, but I need to be sure that they're going to learn. I'm going to put them out of their comfort zone. I can guarantee that to you. So they're going to have to do something they don't want to do. And sometimes they're not very happy. But every time, and I would say, I don't want to say 100% because 100% is a big number, but at least 95% of the time. 95% of the time, then I push the people to get out of the comfort zone, do exactly what I say, you'll see the result you got. Every time the people say, oh, that's amazing. I was not expecting that at all. I had a situation not so long time ago with a gentleman from the Army, and he wrote a poem, and he wanted to present this poem on stage. And I said, well, send it to me and let me see what it is. And I read it and everything. I said, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do this, 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 this. And he said, oh, I don't know if I'm gutsy enough to do that. And I said, yeah. You're going to find the people before you go on stage. You're going to do what I say right there. You're going to go on stage, and the people are not going to understand what's happening, and they're going to love it. And this is what he said to me. He said, when I hang up with you, Louis, I said, there's no way I'm going to get out of my comfort zone like this and do all that. And I said, but this is the wow man. This guy has created the wow factor for me. So I asked him advice, and I already not following his advice. I had to go for it. I'm going to do it. And he did everything that I told him. After his speech, I was in France actually when he did the speech, and he was in San Diego, and he called me. He texted me first, and he said, they loved it. I need to talk to you about it. This is overwhelming. I cannot believe that, you know. And so we talked to each other, and he said, that was incredible. I couldn't believe how the people reacted. They said, we never see such a thing before, you know. And they said, we did that for you. And he said, well, his name is Louis Barr, you know. And they said, wow, this is incredible. I mean, there was very, and it was not about changing his poem. I didn't change anything. the way I make him present his poem was so unusual, so different, and so great. And there we go.
Yeah, wow. What an exact example. How amazing is that? And I can only imagine that someone who really needs to stretch himself and come out of the comfort zone, but really uses your advice step by step and then sees this kind of success. Yeah, this is wow.
I'll explain to you something. I always explain to the people why I can call myself the wild man, why I can call myself public speaking choreographer, and what I can say that you're going to get something with me you're not going to get from anybody else. The first thing is, if you see, for example, Usain Bolt, the runner, who do the 100 at the Olympics, who run faster than anybody else on the planet, he's working with a watch. Faster he run, the watch is talking, and there we go, and he's the Olympic champion. Well, in ballroom dancing, it's not the same thing. When you come at a competition, you have 9 judges and you have 200 couples. You have to convince those 9 judges that you have the best presentation, the best hairdo, the best outfit, the best tan color, the best makeup for my wife, nice legs, best technique, best showmanship. You don't have to have the best on everything, but you have to best overall. You have the best picture overall on everything. So I'm not telling you do that if it's not perfect. First of all, I don't use the word perfect because that doesn't exist, But overall, those 9 judges, at the end, out of 200 couples, they think that you're the best couple on the floor. Imagine this. Imagine this. Out of 200 couples, they decided that you're the best couple on the planet and in the world. So it is incredible because I really show that you understood the whole concept of everything, how to organize everything, how to make everything, the showmanship part of it, and everything. So that's what I do in business. That's what I do in presentation. Because I can see a person and I say, all right, you have a very good, you speak very well English, better than my French accent, and you have a deep voice that I like very much. This is good. We're going to have to talk about your backdrop right now, your background, because that doesn't work at all. And the way you present yourself. And I said, now when you go on stage, we're going to talk about your PowerPoint. If you have one, or if you don't have a PowerPoint, you need to talk about the way you're going to dress up. And I'm going to work one thing at a time to be sure that at the end, all those elements make an overall picture. I use an example, a very interesting example. A mirror multiplied by 10. You take a mirror, multiply your face by 10. And so you look at yourself in the mirror, you feel you're okay. And you put that mirror, multiply by 10 on your face, and you say, oh, what's happening right there? What's happening right there? And you correct it. But the people don't really see it, but that's the point. When you see it multiplied by 10, which is basically my coach, my mirror becoming my coach. He's telling me, they say, well, did you see this? Your eyebrow right there are not good. You have to be careful. So I will correct even more. And at the end, the overall picture is even better and better and better.
Yeah. So this is amazing because I think that a lot of people don't have this view that is like this expanded view on themselves. And therefore, it is necessary to have an external support, which could be a coach or a mentor, but someone who can be the mirror. And
that's right.
I'm an intuitive strategist, so this is my work as well. And I can see that clients come to me and they are not coachable. So when I help them to step into their greatness and really understand what is the legacy they want to leave behind, then it's like, okay, we go through the process, but there's always, as you said, an excuse. Or like, you mentioned Tony Robbins, like, they book courses and they only do the first 3 chapters and then not continue. So how do they expect to have the outcome? And did you have ever a client that was not coachable? So perhaps you will not bring everybody to the 100%, but perhaps there will be one or two people that are not coachable and find arguments with you to not do what you're doing. Do we have an example for that?
Well, you know, I had a situation where a customer bought a program with me for $35,000 program. You know, it was a very intense program to multiply the numbers and do something good for them. And after 4 months, that guy was just saying, yeah, but you know, I don't see the result happening, you know. And I said, you don't see the result happening because you don't do what I say. Apply what I say. Yeah, but you know, I don't have time, and I don't really think that it works in my job. And I said, that's my point. You are where you are today. What you know brought you where you are today. You signed with me because you like my wow factor, because you like the way I present, because you really think I believe. But if you don't do what I say, how do you expect to change? You spend money in coaching, but you don't apply what your coaching is telling you to do. So you spend money in coaching to be the same and doing only what you used to do. You're gonna have to do things you never did. You know, I'm going to give you a very funny example. When I was 17 or 18 years old, I go in a nightclub with my friends, and Michael Jackson just did his moonwalk, and I was fascinated by that move, and I said, "Oh, this is so amazing!" You know, and now everybody does it, but on that time, it was the move that nobody was doing, you know. And so we go in the nightclub, and there was a mirror on that a big mirror, you know, in that nightclub. And I start trying to figure out on this mirror what it was, how this movement worked, you know, and everything, you know. And so my friend are coming in and say, "Come dance with us." Well, what the heck are you doing in front of this mirror? You know, you look stupid. I said, "Well, yeah, because I want to figure out something." "Yeah, well, but that's okay. But did you see how you look? You look bad. You look stupid." And I said, okay. Well, they called me stupid until I got the move down so well. Then they said, "Oh my God, this is crazy. Teach it to me." And I said, "Remember when I look stupid? It's your time, my friend. Not me. I'm not going to teach it to you. You told me I look stupid." But because I was not afraid to make a fool of myself in order to learn something was very unusual and very different. So I created a wild move. I mean, I learned a wild move, you know, but I was out of the comfort zone doing that. And you will criticize me all the time that I was stupid doing that. But at the end, I got a move was pretty amazing. And you say, "Yeah, you're really incredible." And I say, "Well, I'm not going to teach it to you because you were too rude with me." "Oh, come on. At the end, I taught it to him anyway, because this is my personality, you know. But you see, I went out of the comfort zone. I was not comfortable. I mean, you learn a language. You know that. You speak German, you speak, and you probably speak a little bit of Portuguese, you know. When you speak another language, oh my God, talk about the out of the comfort zone. The number of mistakes, the number of things that I say I was never supposed to say because I thought it was okay to say it, you know. So that's a perfect example how to get out of the comfort zone. You learn a language, you learn really what it is to be out of the comfort zone, you know. So when you get a coach, follow what the coach does, because this is what you got that coach for. You're going to get out of the comfort zone. I can tell you this. I can tell you that right now I'm doing something exceptional with Catherine Ford. And she's an extraordinary lady. And she asked me to do things that I did before. I know my word of ballroom dancing so well. But she asked me to do things that I did before. She asked me to do things, and I had to say things in the world of ballroom dancing that me, Louis, thinking that's not going to be the things to say, or that's not going to be the things going to work, you know, and everything. I'm not arguing. I'm with Catherine. She asked me to do something. I'll apply what she said, because she's seeing that a different way. So I apply what she tells me to do and see what is going to be the reaction. And I'm sure she's going to bring reaction than I never got before, doing the same thing because she asked me to do it and put a little bit of twist in there, makes it perceive a completely different way, you know? So, I mean, I know my word. Catherine doesn't know my word, but she has a perception of things was very, very, very interesting and very, very high caliber. So I follow what she said. I'm not arguing at all. You know, I give my style, my opinion. They say, can I do it this way? You know, and of course, because I'm not going to say, okay, well, I'll do it. But you know what I'm saying? But she brought something so extraordinary to me because she gave me the chance to we dive again in the world of ballroom dancing and doing with sometimes the same way, but with a little twist that she bringing in.
Yeah, and I can only agree that following her advice, becoming iconic is a must-have. And she has this expanded vision that we can't see it being in the bowl, so to say, but she can see it. So yeah, absolutely follow her advice and bring in your own ideas, of course. But yeah, she has a view. Yeah. So I would like to understand a little bit more about this moment of overcoming this comfort zone or going out of the comfort zone. How can you support people to do that don't have this kind of energy that you have? You said, no, I'm going all in and I'm pushing myself. And sometimes people don't have this kind of energy, but still want to make the move. So how are you supporting them to come out of the comfort zone and still feeling kind of safe, or you create a space where they can grow in?
Well, I have a system that I apply for 50 years that I call the sandwich method. And I apply that on everything I do. I became so much a habit that I don't even realize I'm doing this. I apply that in my relationship with my wife, with my kids, in business, in dancing. The sandwich method. So what is it? It's one compliment with something very difficult to say and another compliment. So basically there is something that's I'm going to have to say, it's not going to be good. They're not going to like it, but I'm going to put a compliment in one side and a compliment on the other side. When I was training in ice skating and even in dancing, ballroom dancing, I didn't care the compliment. This is not what I need. I absolutely don't care. I need somebody who would just say, no, that is not good. That's what I'm interested in. But that's my personality. That's what I need. Because for me, I want to move faster. So compliment, it's good. So at least I know that it's good. But I also know pretty much what I do good. I just want to be sure that when I don't do good, that sometimes I don't even know I don't do good. I'll get a good coach for that, right? So a lot of people today, when we say coachable, some people, they can be coachable, but you have to coach them on a certain way. And the sandwich method allows you to basically resolve almost any problem, because you don't start by saying, what the heck are you doing? You look awful. See what I'm saying? I would say, I see that you have a lot of personality. I like that. This is good. You know, don't change that. But you need to be careful, because here the people are never going to understand why you're doing this. This is confusing. That makes you clumsy, you know. But I wanted to keep your personality, because this is really amazing. You see, so I make them understand that right now. Okay, keep your personality, but be careful, because what you do doesn't work. The people are going to laugh at you, you know. So whatever the information that you have to give, it is the best way to. People they need compliment today. People need compliment. We need peace on this planet. So if right away you start and you say, and not only that, but in America, there's this fashion way to talk when they use the F word on every sentence that you're talking about, you know. And that, for me, I don't understand. It's cheap. It's cheap. Why are you using the F word with me? Don't talk to me like this, you know. Or there's a young man, I remember, a young man from New York. The guy's calling me, And I met him to a networking event, and he does a lot of social media, and all the stuff. And he said, hey, my man. I said, whoa. And I said, yes. Hey, my man, I want to help you. Not especially to bring colors in there, but the guy's a white guy, young, 23 years old. Coming from a black man culture. He said, my man, okay, the brother, whatever. I understand. My son-in-law is from Haiti, so trust me, and I adore him. So, but the guy said, my man, and I said, well, listen, I think you're missing a point right there. You want to help me in social media, but I'm sure you're really good for what you do. But sometimes it doesn't matter how good you are and how good I can be. There's no match. And there's a problem right there because first of all, I'm not human. Second thing, I'm 3 times your age. So calling me my man, I don't think that works. I'm married with a woman that I adore. And don't call me my man. And why are you talking like this? This is New York language. They said, don't call me my man. You can call me Louis by my first name. You don't have to call me sir. Call me Louis. But don't call me my man. And he never stopped. And I say, you cannot stop. And for me, it is not something will match my vocabulary. It doesn't match what I do. And if it's the way you talk, this is the client that you're going to bring to me. Those clients don't match my personality, don't match my style. They are probably amazing people, fantastic people, but that's not my style. What's happening there? So I said, don't do that. You cannot talk to me like this. So I said, listen, I think you're fantastic, but I think that I don't think we're a match. And what I like a lot about him is the fact that he never gave up on me. And for at least 2 years, he sent me message regularly. Somebody will call me, and I compliment him about this. I said, I appreciate very much that you don't give up, and I explained to the people who call me that it is very good, but that we're not a match together. So please don't call me anymore. And I support people who don't give up. So I'm never going to make you feel, I said, you don't call me. No, I didn't get mad. And I said, I appreciate it, but I'm not interested, and that's it. But I always respect the people who never give up, because that's really one of the major things that people don't get through, because they don't follow up with it.
What is it that you would never give up? So what are you really passionate about?
Oh, I'm passionate about life, love, and people. I think that right now the people who need more help, they need the people on the planet are the kids. When they reach 10 years old to becoming a teenager and up to 18 years old, this is where they basically destroy their life. They start discovering sex, they start discovering drugs, alcohol, and it's very dramatic. Very, very, very bad and very dramatic. And if they don't have parents who are there for them to teach them correctly, etiquette as well, they're going to go in the wrong place. And so I do that. Actually, I have a program. I did that for 20 years in Kansas, and now I do that in Vegas. I do some program when I teach kids in school for a 12-week program how to do ballroom dancing, 3 dances, but also I teach them etiquette. And every time the parents are amazed by what they see. It's just, wow, what's this? Is not going to believe my son is in tuxedo, the girls is in a dress, and they hold help the girl and everything. And those kids always make a difference the next year. They're completely different young boys and young girls. So for me, I'm a big believer of love. I'm a big believer of energy, and I'm married to a doctor in Oriental medicine, so work with acupuncture and energy and everything. So she's all about this, And together we worked a lot. I do a lot of meditation. I do and I looked always, I'm not the kind of guy who's going to be at the airport like this. It's very rare. I'm not going to say it's never happening, but I would be probably on my phone only 30% of the time. I'm going to look around. Trust me, if something is happening, if there's a guy who doesn't look good, ready to do something bad, I'll be the first one to protect myself or eventually protect other people as well, because I'm aware of my surrounding. And that's so important because too many people are not aware of the surrounding, So I'm aware of the surrounding because sometimes people need help. It's not that I'm going to get aggressed. It's that some people need help, help. I help a lady to traverse to cross the road. Some people will need to drop something, somebody who needs to put something in the car, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it is very important to be aware of your surrounding. And when you really care about other people, when you care about the world and you care about other people, it became a habit, and you're really aware about what you can do around, and you create that aura, you create that energy, and the people know that about you. I mean, I don't advertise that, but everybody knows it. If you see the post on Facebook where the people say, about some of the posts, and they say, you're so nice, you're a great guy, you're a very amazing human being, and so that for me, it's not, I take that as a compliment, of course, but I also take that as the fact that the people see my mission. They see my mission on this planet, and they see that what I'm doing is to help this world and try to do the best I can. I'm who I am. This world. I'm just a little human being, a little person, but I do the best I can.
So what is your vision for the world and your part in it?
Well, my vision for the world is much more positive than the people think it is. When you see the story of the world always was able to survive about everything happened. The cold time, the hot time, the burning time, and the human being also were able to get over this. We got two wars, one World War II, and we all went back to our feet. Unfortunately, a lot of people die, a lot of drama and situation happen, but people grow out of this, and we'll grow out of this. I think I see a lot of people would just want to create some more positive things, than negative. When you see one of the show works the best right now on TV, it's a very positive show. It's Ted Lasso. That show has nothing to do about a negative outcome. It's always a positive outcome. He's actually a naughty guy sometimes, but he's created some positive outcome. So for me, the way I'm a part of this work to do it better is to just be sure that every day I do something for somebody that is never going to be able to pay me back. They don't need to pay me back. They don't need to. Sometimes it's a smile. Sometimes it's a phone call. Sometimes it's a bottle of water at those guys, we try to get somebody at the traffic light. Sometimes, it's just see somebody who I travel to pay for to buy a couple of things in the store and take care of that, but just a smile. You start with you deal with the smile. You cross people with a smile, and it's a completely different interaction with people. It is. It's, people they almost feel like they cannot smile. Why are you not smiling? Oh, I don't know those people. Yeah, but portray yourself. Show that you are somebody that nobody has to worry about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had the privilege to be on the top in the world 7 times on something. I'm in the water ballroom dancing. A lot of people know who I am. In the water ice skating as well. I have a good reputation for what I do, but it doesn't go in my head. Wherever I go, I'm just another guy. Matter of fact, I dance Saturday when I was dancing. This guy, but there was a couple of other women wanted to dance with me. And they say, can we get your Facebook, to follow you up on Facebook, and I say, sure, no problem. So I get them to Facebook, and And my Instagram, and on Instagram, they said, oh my God, you're a 7-time world champion. And I said, oh yeah, but I'm here to have fun with you ladies. And they said, oh my God, I cannot believe, can I get a picture with you? I didn't know you were a celebrity. And I said, we're here to have fun. I said, sure, let's take a picture. That's no problem. But you see what I'm trying to say? It's not the attitude, that you can have. There's no reason to think that you know everything, you own everything, you did everything. There are so many other things that I want to do. Then I think that I'm not as good. And for me, everybody has talent. Everybody has talent. What is your talent?
As you said, no, there's a difference between being self-confident and arrogant. And you show that it is possible to be super successful and still being human. So thank you for that. And thank you for all what you're doing and helping people in this world for making a difference and an impact. So
thank you.
I'm sure that people are super curious how they can reach out to you, as you mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. So where can they find you?
Well, you can, they can get my phone number if they want to contact you. But they have different way to contact me. So they can start at 1 in a million dancer. So it's, I'll text it to you if you want to. So like that, you'll have it. 1 in a million dancer is one of my website. I have another site which is called Meet Louis Bar. And I have another one with for Wow Anyone. Right? So there are 3 websites that the people contact me for different reasons. For what is it they want to do? But they can look at those 3 websites and they can pick up the one that they're more interested to talk to me about and what it is about that they want to do. And I'll be delighted to talk to those people and see, try to help them to present themselves better, and I'm very easy to work with because I do first of all a discovery call and try to understand how the people, what they're looking for. And that little questionnaire that I do, there's nothing magic about it. There's nothing weird about it. It's just that for me, I need to understand more that story and where they want to go. And after that, I'll review that with them. And I see exactly if I'm the right person to help them or not. And if they want to be helped, because sometimes they're not really open to that.
Yeah. So please send me the links so that I can put them in the notes, and also people can find you with your name, Louis Barr, in Facebook, Instagram, and so if you already said you're open for that, please share and share the message of this podcast and reach out to Louis. Thank you so much for being my guest today. It was amazing and a pleasure speaking with you.
You're welcome, and Swanette, it was my pleasure too. And thank you. You're an amazing host, and it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening or watching my podcast, Holistic Creators. If you want to know more about how I can help and support you, have a look at my website, spiritualchangemaker.com. You can also join my Facebook group, Spiritual Changemakers Community. Stay tuned for the next episode by subscribing to this channel. And you also can check the previous episodes.